Okay, you guys, let's talk about meal prepping. So I pick one day out of the week. My schedule is flexible and it varies. So it's not always the same day, but I like to prep a bunch of vegetables and grains and beans just so that I can put it all in glass containers in my refrigerator so that when I'm ready to make a meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I already have everything cooked, so it takes me less than 5 minutes to throw together a meal. That meal could look like tacos, it could look like a bootable, it could look like pasta or a soup, a curry. I mean, you name it. If you've already got all of your vegetables cut and cooked, then all you're doing is putting it together, putting a sauce on top, and heating it up. So, boom, it saves so much time during the week that it's almost like a no-brainer for me now because I notice that when I don't meal prep, what happens is I'm starving and I'm just grabbing whatever is easiest in the refrigerator, whether it's a piece of toast or a random chip or cracker or something, granola bar, something that does not have a lot of nutrients in it, but I'm so hungry and I don't feel like spending the time making dinner. So typically this will take me 2 to 4 hours, depending on how much I'm prepping. And that sounds like a lot, but to be honest, if you're thinking about the time it takes for you to figure out what you want for dinner, go to the grocery store, prep the vegetables or prep the food, cook the food, clean up the food, eat the food. All of that takes longer than 4 hours accumulated through the week. So, yes, it seems like a long time in the kitchen for one day, and it is, but the benefits are so much greater. So, I just wanted to walk you through a little quick meal prepping tutorial. Obviously, like I said, 2 to 4 hours. I'm not going to put all of that in a video, but I just wanted to go over the key important things that I like to have on hand. So you can buy the vegetables. We're going to do nothing but plant-based meal prepping because I am plant-based. But if you eat meat, you just add in the meat the same way. So you buy, let's say chicken is your thing, you would buy chicken, you would cook it at the same time you're cooking all of your meats. That way it is ready for you in the fridge as well. So again, meat's not my thing. Animal products aren't my thing, but if they are yours, just know that this will apply to you as well. So you can buy vegetables like this where they are not cut up, or you can buy vegetables like this where they already are cut up. So obviously this is going to save you time. I like this when I'm in a hurry or when honestly I'm just not feeling like being in the kitchen for a long time. The one thing I don't love about it is it's a little more expensive. It comes in this stupid plastic bag. And sometimes the way they cut it up, well, I'll show you. So if I'm going to cut up my broccoli, I like to have like a floret about that size. A lot of times in these pre-cut bags, you'll get things that are tiny and extra large. So you're still going to kind of have to do a little bit of cutting because when you put it on a pan to roast it, you want everything to be similar in size. It does not have to be perfect, but similar. Okay, so I start with getting for that week, and I like to change it up. So every week I'm not buying the same thing. So for example, this is from last week. This is Brussels sprouts. Last week being like a couple days ago. So I still have some left, which I'm going to eat these. And I also had left over from that session of cooking roasted yellow Yukon potatoes. Um, so I still have those to eat. But I just wanted to show you, I vary it up. So this time I got broccoli, cauliflower, some white sweet potatoes, which I love, and I've already cut up some of those. And I got some bell pepper. I got all three colors of bell pepper, but I've already also cut those up. I've cut them into these little chunks. So I also like to have canned beans on hand because those are obviously easy. Beans, lentils, any kind of legume that you like. I like nuts on hand because that's another added source of protein and fiber. I like to have shredded carrots in case I want to make a salad or a taco. I like to have, and I put them in these plastic bags. I don't love plastic bags, but in my refrigerator, um, I need things to be smaller, and I have not met a bag this big yet. So this is spinach, and this is some butternut, butterleaf lettuce. I like a variety of greens, a variety of veggies, just so I can pop a salad if I want to. So yeah, so let's do this. So I have already cut up my broccoli and my potatoes. And what you're gonna do is pretty much just roast everything. So that will save on time standing in front of the range, like cooking things. You can just pop some spices on it and put it in the oven and forget about it for a few minutes while you prep some other things. But I will tell you, I like to start with my potatoes first, even though I didn't, because they take the longest. So Yukon potatoes or red potatoes, they typically take longer than sweet potatoes. So I'll put those in first for about 45 minutes. And while those are on one of the racks, I will then put a vegetable on the top because the cauliflower is going to take 15 to 20 minutes. Broccoli is going to take 15 to 20 minutes. So it's super fast. Now, you asked me what seasonings do I put on it so that when I put it all together, it all goes. Honestly, there's only one seasoning that kind of has to be a standalone, which is buffalo seasoning, which I love. And I love to pair it with buffalo sauce. Primal Kitchen has really, really good vegan sauces, and a lot of them do not even contain oil or sugar, which I love. Otherwise, any seasoning, garlic, onion powder, an herb blend, chili powder, cumin, what else? Paprika, literally almost every single seasoning that you put on each item is going to blend together because ultimately we're going to top it with some kind of sauce. So that sauce is going to trump the flavor. Now, if you're afraid of spices or seasonings, you can always just do salt and pepper, onion powder, salt and pepper, garlic powder, salt and pepper. Like you can just keep it very basic. It does not have to be stressful because I think people get really stressed out about this. So, okay, but for this one, I love buffalo cauliflower. So we are actually going to use the buffalo. And if you don't know me yet, you know that I am oil free. So I use vegetable broth in place of oil. And I'll do another video on vegetable broth, but for now, just going to show you, you just drizzle it on just like you would oil. And then top it with whatever seasoning you choose. Okay, and I love seasonings, so I put a lot. And then you're just going to take your hands, mix it all up. Okay, so that everything is covered. Spread it on the pan. And I'm also going to bring over the salt and pepper because I forgot that. So we're going to add a little bit of salt. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and put this one in the oven. I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes because that's about how long that's going to take. All right, let's pop these potatoes in. Now, I love sweet potatoes, but what's funny is the orange sweet potato is my least favorite of all the sweet potatoes. I don't know why. Maybe because it's basic. Japanese sweet potatoes, if you've ever had those, are my absolute favorite. Those look like this, but they are white inside, not purple. So a purple sweet potato also looks like this on the outside, but it's purple on the inside. But anyways, Japanese sweet potatoes are my favorite. This sweet potato, this white one, I think is called a Hana sweet potato, which I love these too. Their texture is so smooth and their flavor is really subtle. So it just goes, it's just amazing with everything. All right. And I've already lined my pans with parchment, but I just have a regular cooking sheet and parchment paper. I do not use tin foil, and you should not use tin foil either. Tin foil emits lots of toxins into your food. We don't like toxins in our food. Okay, so again, I'm going to do the broth on these potatoes. And I'm actually going to do paprika and garlic. So, and again, like I said, I like a lot of seasoning. I would venture to say you could never have enough seasoning, but you know, that's my preference. Maybe you could have enough garlic, because garlic can get a little crazy. So I'm going to do some garlic, some paprika, salt and pepper. And again, I'm going to mix it all up until everything is covered. So everything looks pretty covered. And I'm going to go ahead and pop those in. My oven is at 415. Here's the thing about oven temperatures. When you're following a recipe, like from a recipe book or Pinterest or whatever, they're always going to give you a suggested oven time, which follow for sure. They've tested it. They've tested their recipe. They know what works best. For me, and this is just for me, when I am meal prepping and I'm cooking a ton of different things, I like to set my temperature at one temperature. In my old house, I had 3 ovens and I could do various temperatures and things took a lot less time. But since we moved, we have this little oven, which is the standard oven. And it only has 2 racks, so I have to like, you know, switch them a lot. But I found that if I just set it on 415, it's hot enough to cook everything. And yes, it might cook some things faster than others. But for me, if I'm meal prepping, again, we're not here to like make this gourmet meal. We are here to be efficient and get this cooking done so we can go on about our lives. So I've just found that that works best for me, 415. Now, depending where you are in the world, that could look a little bit different. Altitudes can change that. And it's 415 Fahrenheit. But anyways, so we popped those in. That's great. Let's prep the broccoli. All right. And you guys, like, don't be scared. Oh my gosh, I didn't cut it the right size or whatever. Honestly, you don't want them tiny. So as long as you're roughly like a medium floret, like bite size, well, this is really bite size, but you know, I don't know. This size is great. And as long as they're pretty even, we'll be fine. I will tell you one thing about Ziploc bags. If you're not already doing this, rinse and repeat. Reuse these babies because they will last, obviously, for a long time. So until they have a hole in them or until they don't zip anymore, I would just keep using them. So that's my one, I guess, saving grace to these big bags is that I reuse them until they are dead. Okay, so let's get another pan. And I have not put parchment paper on these guys. So I will go ahead and do that now. Okay, so we will put some seasoning on this bad boy and pop it in the oven. Now, peppers. You can cut your peppers any way you like. You can cut them in strips. You can cut them and you can dice them up. You can roast them in halves. I mean, honestly, you can do whatever you want, but there's no right or wrong way to do anything. Just do whatever fits your needs. I like to dice them because then I can use them a little bit more versatile. So like they'll be easier in a soup, easier in a bootable, easier in a salad or a pasta instead of having like a long strip. So, okay, so this broccoli is ready to go. You can see how fast this is. I mean, sure, I've already cut it up, but if you bought it already cut in the bag, then you'd be fine. And the other thing about peppers is you can either roast them on a pan or you can put them in the pan and saute it. Either way works. So when all of this is done roasting, we will have a bunch of different veggies to do whatever we want with. So again, I like to have lentils and beans on hand. I do white beans, like navy beans or canna lily beans, however you say that. And garbanzo beans, black beans, pinto beans. I like all of them. So if you saw my pantry, I literally have 1 to 2 of each bean in there because I like beans. And for me, it's one of my sources of protein, as well as some tofu options. So this is regular soy tofu, firm or extra firm. I like extra firm better for like a tofu scramble or when I'm cutting it into cubes, but some people prefer it to be a little softer. This, however, is my favorite tofu. It is non-soy tofu and it is made from fava beans and it has 16 grams of protein for a fourth of this package. Regular tofu only has 7 grams for a fourth of this package. So this guy is like a win all the way around. Now, I am not afraid of soy or tofu, but sometimes it doesn't like my stomach. So I opt for this guy all the time. This is Big Mountain Foods, and it's the only company that makes this. And let me tell you, like, I should buy stock in this because it's delicious and I eat it almost every day. Okay. So let's talk about things to have on hand. Spaghetti sauce and pasta. Some various sauces. This is barbecue sauce. Again, this is Primal Kitchen. Ketchup, Primal Kitchen. This sauce I love. The brand is Naked and Saucy, and they have different flavors. It's so clean, everything is organic, and it has no oil, which I love. I also love this, this Yai Thai. It is a curry, and they have, this one is red. They have yellow and a peanut curry and maybe something else. This is also oil-free. It's vegan, it's gluten-free. It's delicious. I like to make my own curry, but I love to have this on hand because if I've meal prepped and I don't want to make an actual curry, I can literally just make some rice, or I have my vegetables, put it all in a bowl, top it with this curry sauce, put it in the microwave, and it's ready in literally 2 minutes. So as you can see, it might seem like a lot at first, but once you get the hang of it and once you just start to realize, like, cook the vegetables, leave them in the fridge in glass containers. That's really important. And then you can just make a bowl. I mean, my favorite thing to do is literally take a big bowl, put all the different vegetables in it, grab some greens, spinach or kale or whatever, and then figure out what sauce I want. What am I in the mood for? Am I in the mood for Indian or Asian or Mexican? Um, Literally, it's just like endless options. Okay. And if you want a pasta, you already have a sauce, pour it in a pan, put some vegetables in it, maybe some beans, warm it up, which takes like 5 minutes. Get your pasta, um, cook that, which takes like maybe 8 minutes. So total, you're cooking for 10 minutes and you have a whole pasta dish. And again, like if it's just yourself, then you have extra pasta. So now you don't even have to do that next time. Or you could even cook the pasta on your prep day. I like to cook a rice, maybe a quinoa, and have that ready as well. So that can be my base. Yeah, so I mean, that's really it. That is the very short, condensed version of meal prepping. I offer a meal prepping one-on-one class in person. I also offer a virtual meal prepping class, which is going to look like this, but you're going to be on the other end. And it's a lot of fun, guys. It seems very scary and a lot at first, but I promise you it's so worth it and it's so worth your time. And I mean, again, you can pick and choose whatever vegetables you want that week. And you can pick and choose if you want pre-cut or already cut veggies. Yeah, so if you have any questions about meal prepping, if you want to do a meal prepping class, if you want to know about certain brands or soft or ingredients that I like to use, send me a message and we can chat and I'm happy to help. So hope that was helpful and I hope you have a great day.